it's about just stopping, and the first thing you do is get up, and it's about you. It's not about everything that you have to do that day. That half an hour is just for you.
Hey guys, welcome to our SoulFam Podcast, where I interview space holders from all over the world. I am your host, my name is Karolina, and I am the Connection Catalyst. Today on the show, we have Samantha Clennell, the self-love coach. Welcome to the show, Samantha. How are you doing?
Thank you very much. I'm very excited to be here. Thanks for having
Me
me.
too. Me too. I'm super excited to talk to you. As to everyone else on this podcast, really, I'm just super excited to talk to people and super curious about them. And my curiosity always leads me to the first question about your journey, because the journey is something that is really always full of amazing stories, amazing experiences that people can learn from. So, what is your story? How did you become the self-love coach, and why did you choose self-love as your main focus?
Yeah, well, let's go way back to when I was 21, and I went away to Australia. I had a full-time job, and I was just like, this isn't for me. Let's just see the world. So I went away traveling for 2 years. I worked on a banana farm, which was the hardest thing I've ever done to get my second year visa. And then after that, I did Thailand, New Zealand, and then I come home, and I was like, this isn't a home anymore. It just didn't feel, it's where family is, but it's not where my heart is anymore. So then I decided to go and work away on cruise ships. And I thought, it's perfect to be getting paid while I'm traveling. That's all great. But then it's not really how it looks. On camera, it's portrayed to be like, this really lovely lifestyle, but you have to work every day, and there's restrictions, and there's like times where you're on the beach and then you have to get back on the ship and start work. So it's not all, like rainbows and So then I come home, when the whole pandemic started, and that's when I started going a bit downhill. What do I do now? I knew that I didn't want to go back to cruise ships, and I just felt a bit lost. In the meantime, I was actually supporting a very close family member, my mum. I was supporting her, and she'd struggled her whole life. She's had, her business. She's lost her business and everything, and through this journey of supporting her, that's where I started to find where I wanted to help and support other people, as I was seeing the change in her. In this space, I'd actually joined a network marketing business. And through this, you think it's all just, it's just selling products online, and, but the whole side of it is actually a big on personal development. And that's where I started to do my morning routine, and then I got my mum involved to do this morning routine, and we were doing it together and inspiring each other. And that's where I could see a complete change in her. And I was like, oh, I want to help others do this. I want to tell the world about this, because it's such a big thing. And then I've been following my coach now, Gina Swire. I was following her, and then she says that, she was putting on an infinite self-love coaching academy. And I was like, yes, it's a full yes. That's what I want to do. And I've just gone for it. So in the space of feeling lost, I feel like I've totally found my path.
That's amazing. Thank you so much for sharing. Yeah, and it's amazing how these kind of situations when we are lost actually are the golden moments for us, because then we can really discover what we want to do, which way we want to go. And oftentimes in these hardest moments, we find ourselves the most. So it is beautiful. Thank you so much for sharing. So I'm curious about this morning routine that you're doing, because is it something specific? Is it something that everyone can kind of like suit to themselves? Because I believe that not everything is for everyone. So, some people like journaling, some people like yoga, some people like meditation. What specifically do you do, and how do you also, let's say, fit the morning routine to someone, in terms of if someone wants to also start doing it? Because as I said, it's probably not one size fits all. So how do you kind of know what is the best for someone for a morning routine?
Yeah, well, what we do, obviously, I'm with the network marketing. It is our bond that I'm with, and we have our own. It's based on the book from Hal Elrod. I can never say his name. From the Miracle Morning. That's what book it's based on, and we just take the principles of that. So we start at 6:30 in the morning, and it goes till 7 o'clock. That quick half an hour, because obviously everyone's busy. Everyone's got to get to work. But it's about just stopping, and the first thing you do is get up, and it's about you. It's not about everything that you have to do that day. That half an hour is just for you. So you get up and you do your we all come together. There's about 200 of us on the call, and we do our gratitude together. So we do our journaling, we do affirmations, we read for like 5-10 minutes. We try to get 10 pages in a day, like morning or night. Just reading a good book, to educate yourself every day and keep that mind ticking. We all dance around crazy. We all, or you can exercise, you can do some squats or whatever you want. It's just to get the body up and moving, and yeah, putting yourself on a high vibration. That's what it is. And then we have a little bit of an education section, which is about, just empowering you. You can go out and you can do it, and, believe in yourself. And it's basically about putting on that shield of armor, that bubble wrap before you go out the door. Yeah, so that's what we like to do.
This is amazing. I love all of these methods that you mentioned, and I can see how the morning ritual, if I do it for myself, how it shapes my whole day. Like every time I do, and I don't do much right now in the morning in terms of I only do relaxation meditation first thing that I wake up,
Mm.
and I take my
Hmm.
supplements, drink some water, and then do a little bit of stretching for my body, like yoga, and a little bit of dancing oftentimes as well after that.
Yeah.
And that already, if even if it's like only half an hour or 45 minutes, sometimes an hour, then I already am like set up for the whole day to be amazing, because then I start the day with like,
Absolutely.
okay, I'm relaxing my body, I'm really chilling, I'm opening all the channels in my body, then I'm stretching a little bit, moving, get this energy moving, and then I'm dancing, like pumping up this energy in myself, being super full of energy, and then I'm just like, oh my god, now I can do anything, right? I'm so set up.
Aha.
um but how do you, let's say, how do you find the time if someone is like super busy and they are kind of like, but I'm so busy, I don't have time to wake up earlier, or maybe I have kids, there is so much to do. What would you say to this kind of person who is maybe not that keen to find time because maybe they haven't really kind of experienced it,
Mm.
how much of a change it can bring, right, to do something like that in the morning? So what is your argument for doing the morning routine?
Yeah, I would say firstly, it doesn't have to be in the morning. The morning is obviously the best time because you're putting that shield on for the rest of the day. But yeah, it's just how much do you value yourself? Is that half an hour lying in bed, or putting your alarm clock on quiet, on snooze again for that extra half an hour? Is that worth it over how you would feel after you complete this? First thing in the morning, that first half an hour, you've already achieved one thing off your list. You can tick something off. So that's great momentum to just keep going for the rest of the day. And I did forget to say it's meditation as well that we do. I did forget to say that. Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah.
I mean, I think meditation in the morning is one of the most powerful things you can do. And I also resonate with what you say, like already taking things off, because like part of us really likes to get things done. And if you already
Yeah.
cared for yourself in the morning, then you're like, okay, self-care ritual is already done. So now I can go on and do something else and maybe work or do whatever, right? But yeah, I totally agree that we need to be our first priority. So even if you have kids, even if you have your life set up in a way that you're busy, then even more you should do it because then you actually really need this time for yourself, really need this relaxation or meditation or maybe movement in the body, because if you're busy, then your body is even more tense, even more stressed, even more just going on and on, right? And if you can just chill in the morning, if you can just start the day, and not maybe with the coffee as everyone usually does, but actually with like centering yourself within, rather than needing this kick from external a condition or whatever substance, you can just get the kick within yourself, right? Just create this energy, just really empower yourself with the movement and breath and whatever else you feel like you need. But yeah, I totally resonate with everything you said. So thank you so much for sharing. And so, what has been your personal development journey? Like, how did you, like, what did you shift in yourself that now, having shifted that, you can help others to move through?
Yeah, I feel like I was just totally asleep that there was this other world of people who, was just spending so much time on themselves. And I just thought, read a book when you go to bed, and it's really, there's so much more in journaling and, putting a vision on what it is that you want in life, what steps you need to take to get to what you want. So having that vision on your board there for you to see daily, for that inspiration, for yeah, and like I say, I just never realized that there was this whole new world. And then it was because of network marketing that woke me up to this. And then I've seen there's so many people out there doing it, and I was like, wow, I think I'll try it. And just the benefits, how I felt, it makes me feel alive. It makes me feel like I can do anything. And like you say, you just want everyone to know about this. You do.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I love that you actually started your personal development journey from marketing, because I feel like actually a few years ago, before I met my ex partner and my best friend, Ricky, I actually had such a negative. I don't know, definition in my mind of marketing and what it is. I was only associating marketing with, like, someone just trying to, sell me something that I don't even need, and just kind of like, and with sales people as well, like sales and marketing, like, nah, it is no, no, I don't like it. But then I met Ricky, and he was a marketer, and he completely shifted my perspective on marketing. It's like marketing is when you really let people know, give them solution for what they need, and let them know that they need it. And it's like, okay, so you're actually helping people through marketing if you do it in a pure way, if you don't just go for money, but if you actually bring value. And you can even educate people with marketing, you can educate people with your ads, you can educate people with your VSL or whatever. You can really bring value through marketing to people, and I've never seen it like that before. So for me, it was such a wake up thing, that when he said, because I was, I met him and I really liked him, but I was like, you do marketing, like, do you always, do you market something that is really not cool, or do you ever sell something that is, not aligned with you? He's like, absolutely no. I'm like, ooh, that's a different marketing that I know. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
exactly. People see it as like used car salesmen, have this, have this. But when you genuinely fall in love with a product, and when you learn about a product, and when you see what's in all of the other products, all the nasty ingredients, the negative effect it's having on your body, and there's a reason why things are so cheap. And then you put yourself into a state of serving. You're serving these people by letting them know about what they're putting on the skin. So absolutely, it is all just from a place of service. Yeah.
That's amazing. I love that. Service and contribution, I guess, are should be the main, I guess, from my perspective anyway, the main reasons why you do what you do. And I was very resistant to marketing, like, and sales as well. But now I'm like, oh, this is actually awesome. I can let more people know how amazing the services or the products are that I'm using, that I've checked on myself. And now I can spread this word to everybody. So I just really want to talk about it, because I feel like a lot of people might still have kind of like negative association with it, and it doesn't have to be like that. Of course there are people, and I always say it's kind of like having a knife, right? Some people will stab someone, and some people will cut the fruits and make you a salad. It's like, it depends on the person, how they use the tool, for example, of marketing techniques or methods or whatever, or sales techniques. It's up to a person, and it doesn't have to be anything bad or anything negative and anything pushy, because I think that a lot of people associate it with pushy energy. But if you actually let go, and if you're selling something or marketing something, but you're coming from a place of love and service, you're not pushy. You're just like,
Yes.
hey guys, this is amazing, check this out. But if not, that's also okay, but this is really cool here.
Yeah, why, it's the same if you go to the cinema and you watch a great movie, you would tell people, you'd want people to go and watch that movie because you enjoyed it so much. So, yeah, it's
Mhm.
exactly the same. And it's not about the products either. It's about the opportunity, giving people freedom. People actually have freedom in this. It's not, it's to get the mindset out of the 9 to 5. And yeah, it's just having more opportunities in life that comes with it. So, It's great.
Amazing. That's awesome. So, what do you feel are the most important things to remember when you want to consciously market something to people, like really from a place of a heart, not head?
Yeah, I think it's about listening to people and what it is that they're asking for. You know, finding out the root problem of what that person's having. If they're having really bad skin issues, you know, really look at what you've got that can genuinely help them, and make sure that I've tried the product also. You know, if you're selling products, you should really be a product of the product and not just be like, oh well, I don't really use it, but here, have this to get me some money. Like that'll never work. You have to
Hmm.
use everything and, you know, authentically, and yeah, just give the best advice to people, but really listen to people, to what it is that they need, and yeah, and serve.
Amazing. I love that. Yeah, I feel like it's really important to actually know exactly what people need and even what words do they use to be very specific about how people describe things in their perspective, right? Because then you can really nail it. Then you can like, oh, this person has a problem and this is how they described it. So now I'm going to give a solution exactly to this. And so then people, you don't even have to push anything on anyone. People want the solution to their problems, right? So it's actually pretty amazing. And yeah, with the skin, like of course you need some physical products, you need some like care, but also for me, like I feel like every condition or physical element has the root of emotion, because you know I do shadow work for work and I'm really big on emotional release and so on. So I would say if you have some skin problems, also look for any frustration and anger within you, or maybe sensitivity to the world generally that you might be suppressing or whatever, because there is always more than physical realm of our existence. So we can look into how do I feel about the condition, for example, and then you can really nail it, because you can really work on the emotion that is the cause of the problem. And it's just so amazing how you can shift someone's life if you can just let them know what to do to improve their lives. So it's really really great.
Absolutely.
I
Yeah,
love
and
it.
I feel like that's where the miracle morning, you come back to that, and it's all, you know, it brings everything together, the mind, body and skin. Yeah.
That's amazing. Mind, body, and skin.
Mm.
I love it. That's awesome.
Yeah.
I've never heard this kind of a combination, mind, body, and skin, but it's awesome. I love it.
To
I absolutely love it.
radiate, yeah.
And so, what do you feel like was the your favorite tool that has helped you the most of all of them?
From all of the things from the miracle morning,
Or generally from all
I
the things that you have done?
um I would say definitely meditation, taking that time for me, and journaling. But
Hmm.
yeah, I would say it's really just finding that inner peace in myself first, and that's made me want to help other people find that in themselves, and just take the time, just realize how important it is to, you know, we are all so busy, but everybody can find that half an hour a day for just them, and I think
Mm.
that's what people need to find.
Hmm. Yes, I agree. So, how do you meditate? What is your method? Because there are so many things out there you can check out.
Mm.
So, how do you meditate specifically?
To be honest, I'm not a professional in anything like that. I just put on something that I feel speaks to me in on YouTube. You know, I'll sit and listen to a guided meditation. This is why it really helps as well on our morning call. You've got somebody talking to you also who guides you through. But also, I do love there's a breath work that really works on, you know, giving you really deep breaths in the morning, and then, you know, inhale, exhale, really fast, and then the slow it down. And I think breath work is a big thing also. Obviously, you've got your quiet, calm meditation, or you've got your, you know, you're getting your body going. Breath
Hmm.
work, yeah.
Amazing. Yeah, I love doing the breath work together with the relaxation in the morning. For me, it's the best way to start the morning so far, because then I can really, as you said, achieve this inner peace, this really relaxed body and mind and soul connection. I just feel so attuned. And I love guided meditations too, because it doesn't give your mind a lot of space to just wander off and to just think of something else. Whereas if you just try to not think about anything, or just observing your thoughts, I feel like a lot of people, especially beginners, can just struggle with it, because it's not that easy to shut down your mind. But it's also not about that. I think it's about being in an observer state, not really in the one that thinks, right? If you can just zoom out and just observe your thoughts, can really just be there as a presence, observing whatever is happening in yourself, whether it's an emotion or a thought, then you can really zoom out and be in this kind of higher perspective, observer perspective, rather than going after each thought. And I just really love meditation as well, and it's been one of the most powerful tools, especially at the beginning of my journey. I've done chakra meditation, but I've done it in a way where you open each chakra not only through some mantras or mudras or whatever, but through visualization of colors and also situations that impose specific emotions on you. So each chakra would have a different emotion. I actually wrote my own chakra meditation based on that, because it was one of the most powerful tools. So, you have the feelings like safety and peace and groundedness in the first chakra. Then you have like joy and pleasure and creativity and so on in the sacral. Then you have like power and strength and willpower and so on in the solar plexus. Then you have, of course, love and gratitude, forgiveness in the heart. Then you have like success and fulfillment and ease in the throat, and then connection to your soul in the third eye, like really connecting to this higher self, and then obviously connection to the universe or God or whatever, divine, whatever you want to call it. But for me, it's been such a powerful thing, because this chakra meditation, specifically based on emotions, can really change the way that you program your brain, right? That kind of like NLP, neuro linguistic programming. You are reprogramming the neural pathways in your brain the more you repeat a specific emotion. And for me, it's been one of the tools that I've been using also in the mornings for many years at the beginning of my spiritual development path. And it was one of the most powerful things, because although I still was in the in kind of like perspective of spirituality 1.0, which is like, let's just suppress all the negativity and let's just focus positively. That's where I was at, like, 7 years ago when I started it. Even though I was in this kind of mindset, I feel like it has helped me so much to just be naturally set up for positivity in life, just naturally, like, letting go of stress, because it's kind of like a top down approach where you really raise your vibration, you really feel the positivity, and your whole body needs to attune to these positive vibrations, because you are emitting them. So your whole body is like tuning in to higher and higher realms. And of course, then I discovered the shadow work, and I discovered that going into negativity is cool too. And it helps a lot as well, and it actually is crucial if you want to go higher and higher in your vibration. But at that time, and I still think that chakra meditation is a beautiful top down approach. In this kind of like emotional ways, quote unquote, that you can do to just really set up your brain for positivity, that it's natural for you. It's kind of like gratitude journal, I think, as well, where you really feel the gratitude and you just set up your brain for focusing on all these things that you can be grateful for, because it's about focus, right? Because we distort the information, we delete the information, our brain does it, right? So if we can really let our brain focus on all these beautiful things, gratitude, appreciation, and all these wonders of this world and blessings of this world, then we can live a more happy and fulfilled life, in my opinion.
Absolutely, yeah. It's not about pretending that you have no problems at all and oh, everything's fantastic. It is about seeing what comes up for you, and then that's something to work from. Yeah, and to get into a good place. Good place.
And I think, if some people don't really show other people that they are struggling with something, then they are just pretending, because I think everyone has some kind of, struggles, even if it's only from time to time. And if we can just be real with ourselves and just look it in the eyes, it's kind of like it's kind of like if we have a broken leg, if we dismiss the problem, we're not going to heal, right? But if we say, okay, the leg is broken, I can admit it, accept it, and then do something about it, and then improve it, right? Then we can really expand and see all these different perspectives of life, and we can really go beyond our current limited perspective of the world. We can really take, the more we accept negativity, I think, the easier our life gets, because then we have no resistance to anything that happens. Because no matter what happens, whatever emotion you're feeling, if you have acceptance towards it, then acceptance is a very high vibration. You can still feel negative emotion, but if you accept it, then it just flows through you and out of you, and it's not there anymore. So it's freaking amazing how you can,
Yeah.
work on yourself. And I feel like always I say this, but why isn't it taught at school? That we can
Yes.
just feel all our emotions and we'll have no problems. Like, what the hell? Why children don't have it as some kind of like
Mhm.
emotional guidance class or something at school?
Yeah, I've always said I want to go into schools and help children. Yeah, because I got really badly bullied at school. I hated school. I absolutely like I went in every day like scared of what's going to happen or like nervous, and it's like yeah, like kids should not be going through that. So I would love
Mhm.
to just support children. I think they do need more support and taught things in school, definitely.
So,
Yeah.
from your perspective, of someone that hated school, what do you feel like it should look like instead? Instead of how it looks like right now, because I feel like it's such a, mm, yeah, it's difficult to know what system would be the best. For children, not to feel like they are not enough, not to feel like they need to compete all the time, not to feel like, okay, if you're good at English but shit at math, then you're not enough because you're shit at math. But it's like, okay, I'm a genius at languages, but you're not good at this one, so now you're gonna feel not enough until the end of your days. So how do you feel it should look like instead?
I think children should be taught about like affirmations and journaling and meditation. And I don't think children should be made to stand up in front of the class and, if they weren't listening or, and the teacher points them out and stand up, what did I say? Because then that's straight away, that's teaching the child that public speaking is wrong. It's negative for you to be standing up in front of the class. So then what do? They get them to stand up. They're embarrassed the children in front of the whole classmates, and then yeah, from then they're scared to stand up and speak out because that's I just feel like that's straight away a negative thing for the children. Um,
Yes, I resonate with that. And I know that you're working with confidence, especially with women. And I feel like it's very interconnected how, people who have been bullied or who have felt like not very confident as children, then they just grow and then they go through their stuff and they heal their traumas and then they teach others how to do this. So I want to ask you about confidence. Like, how do you perceive confidence? And also, why it is not that easy for people to be confident? Because I work with many people, and self-esteem is such a big theme for people. So how do you like how do you build the confidence in the most powerful and effective way, in your opinion? Because I know that you're a female confidence coach. So how would you do this?
Yeah, I think again, it's straight away getting up in the morning and having that half an hour on you. I think that straight away is about you, putting the time in on yourself, um, and also to put yourself out there online. Find out what it is that you want out of life, and the steps that we put in to get there. So if you're wanting to build a business, it's very important that you're showing up online. Well, of course, it's so scary to show up online because you've got people judging you or not understanding what it is you're trying to do, and or there's people who are a bit like, oh, you're stepping out, you're trying to step out and do something, come back with us. And yeah, it's empowering people, making them believe in themselves that they're on the right track and they are able to put themselves out there. And yeah.
Amazing. So, do you feel like everyone who really wants to be more confident needs someone else to empower them, like a coach or like a friend or a family member or something? Do you feel like this external empowerment is important on the path?
I do think everybody needs some support. Um, I think people need an accountability buddy maybe to hold them accountable, because if there's something that they know that they should do, but if they're not being held accountable by anybody and it's just themselves, chances are things won't get, the scary tasks that need completed won't necessarily be completed. And we all procrastinate. You know, we all think, oh, I'll do it tomorrow, but that tomorrow never comes. So yeah, that is one thing that our coaches actually put in practice over the space of a month. We've already like held workshops and held one-to-one sessions, and that's something I've wanted to do for a long time, but it wasn't until I had my coach who was like, this is what you're going to do. This is your homework. Go out and do it before Friday. And I'm like, oh, that's only a week. I can't do that. But I did. I done it because I had somebody there holding me accountable. Yeah.
Yeah, I feel yeah. I'm the same. I need someone to hold me accountable if I have some
Mm-hmm.
homework to do, and I also am really good at holding myself accountable to things. But I feel like if you have this external support and you know, oh, this person is gonna ask me whether I've done it or not, then you're like, okay, then I will do it. I feel like it's really
Yeah.
really important to have someone like that, and even only for some time until you get to where you want to be, and then maybe you don't need a coach anymore in some, you know,
Yes.
if you achieve your goals the way that you wanted. But I honestly think that everyone on earth should have a coach of some kind, like,
Yes.
you know, it's just helpful, it's just really helpful. And sometimes I feel also because in especially in like spiritual or conscious or personal development community, I feel like a lot of couples are actually often each other's coaches. And I think what happens sometimes is that you become each other's coach more than you become each other's romantic partner, for example, or each other's, you know, like you just become each other's support in this way. But I feel like we always need to have, or that's just my perspective, um someone external as well, apart from our partner, who can help us resolve our shit, right? So that these triggers
Yeah.
that are coming in the relationship, they can be resolved outwards, and then we can come back to each other already healed, already at peace, already just kind of with our stuff handled. So I feel like everyone needs a coach, a therapist, someone there to really be able to express yourself too, so that you don't have to put it on your family, you don't have to put it on your partner, you don't have to put it on your kids, you just express it there, and then you can come back in peace and really resolved, with your stuff resolved, whatever is coming up for you. I think that's really really important. So it's amazing that there are people like me or you that are out there, and so many beautiful people I was speaking on this podcast that are there to help, you know,
Yes.
and they are there to talk to people and really
Absolutely.
help them move through things. Perfect. So what are the tools that you're using for your clients, apart from the morning routine that you really recommend to do? Do you have any specific methods that, for example, like, you know, any personal development specific tools that you're using that you have found to be just really really powerful when it comes to the confidence and building confidence and just shifting your mindset and self-esteem for better?
Yeah. So for people who don't necessarily, if they wanting to get in shape more, or they're not confident with their body, then I suggest, you know, find that picture that you want to strive for. I mean, it's not about, you know, being a size 6 or being skinny. It's about you having the body that you desire, that you feel comfortable in, who you want to be for yourself, not for anybody else. So I'm just taking this for an example. I would, you know, tell them to print out that body that makes them feel good, that they aspire to be, or, you know, big or small, curvy, anything brilliant, and put that on your vision board, and cut out your face and put your face on top of that body, you know, and just really feel good, and put some high vibration music on, and, you know, dance when you're looking at this, and just make it's all about also energetically, I feel. So, you know, you can, it's not physical, you can energetically move that through your body, and yeah, just make your body you know, attuned to what it is, get on that frequency to what it is that you aspire to be.
Hmm.
But that's just one of the things. Obviously it's not all just vision boards and dancing. But yeah.
But it is powerful though, because when you dance, you
Yeah.
really create a lot of energy and you create a lot of emotional charge. So if you visualize and you have a lot of emotional charge behind your vision, you really can input this vision more into the reality. I feel like you're kind of like a quantum jumping closer and closer to where you want to be, the more emotional charge you put into your vision. And I think dancing is a beautiful way to be so joyful and so energized. So then you can really attract this thing faster into your life, because the power, the energy behind your vision when you dance. And also I feel like when you dance you don't have resistance, so I feel like it's a very, very great method to dance and visualize at the same time, because you really are in this open and receptive and energized state, rather than having any hesitation or doubt or resistance to your vision. I think it's a beautiful method, actually, to dance and to do this. So thank you so much for sharing. This is a really, really good one. So do you have any other methods that you'd like to share about?
Um, for me, it's really about breaking everything down, really talking to the person and finding out the root cause of where this thought came from, where, just going right back, right. Sometimes we're holding on to things right from childhood that we don't even realize. So it is just about uncovering, like you say, the root cause, and how you felt then, how that made you feel, and yeah, looking from past to present to again where you want to go. And it's about really feeling it in your body, and talking to that negative feeling in your body as though it's a person. And what does that feeling want to say? What does that feeling, is it sharp and spiky and red, and is it raw, or is it light? Is it yellow? Is it like sunshine? How is your body internally feeling? Yeah, I do like
Amazing.
that practice.
Amazing. These are my favorite practices, when you can go to the root of a problem, when you can go to the inner child and the childhood traumas. Because I feel like this is
Yeah,
as I said, the roots, right? So if you take the bush with the roots, then it's not going to grow anymore. So if you can go there and discover what happened there in that moment to make you feel how you feel right now, then you can really resolve it easily. And it's way more powerful, I feel, than only focusing on what's happening in your life right now, because you can really know and understand with your conscious mind what has happened to make you feel like this right now. So it's actually very opening up, I feel, to yourself, and to knowing yourself and understanding yourself on a deep, deep level, where it all comes from and why you behave like this right now, why you're triggered like this right now. So I think it's
yeah,
really, really powerful. So yeah, thank you so much for sharing that. And so for all the
yeah.
people who are really interested in your services and whatever you have to share with this world, what is the best way to find you, to contact you, and see what you have to offer?
Yes, so you can find me on Instagram, Sammy, Sammi .Clennell. That's my name on Instagram. I'm also holding a Key to Confidence class next Tuesday, but all the information again is on my Instagram.
Key to
Yeah.
confidence. That sounds amazing. So cool. Thank you so, so much. It's been a pleasure to talk to you. And I love that you're, all about confidence. I can really feel that you're, shining. And that's really, really amazing. So thank you for sharing yourself with us. It's been really a pleasure to talk to you.
Oh, thank you so much. It's been lovely talking to you too. Thank you.
Thank you so much, beautiful souls, for tuning in today. If you'd like to find me, I am The Connection Catalyst on Instagram. And stay tuned to the next episode, my dear. Sending you much, much love.